30-second timeout. Knows it. Sabrina White picked up her third. Faulkner picked up her first. The 15. Miss picked up her first. Ivy with her fourth. Faulkner with her 5 seconds. No basket.
missed it?
Anderson said the referees don't want Gatorade.
Weird.
I said sucks. They don't get anything. What happened?
Oh, she went in for a layup as time expired, but then she got it off too late.
It was too late.
Lord. Ward with the foul. The third, first team.
I should be talking? Oh, well, I don't know. Excuse us for the technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. We're back to the fourth quarter action. If you've missed out, it's been a Mississippi Delta comeback following their 10-point deficit at halftime. They've cut the lead down to 6. Well, that free throw puts Holmes up by 7 now, 45-38, 8 minutes, 45 seconds remaining in the ball game. Mississippi Delta inbound. That ball stolen away by Holmes. Loose ball on the floor. And it's going to be picked up by Holmes, and Holmes is going to call a timeout.
Full timeout call by the Lady Trojans.
And this will be a full timeout. We'll be back on the MDCC Sports Network following this timeout. It's timeout. It's a timeout. That ended up being a full Mississippi Delta timeout. It'll remain Lady Trojan basketball, 23 seconds on the shot clock, 8.5 minutes remaining in the ball game. Lady Trojans trailing by 7, 45-38. Erica Faulkner to inbound. She'll try and go over the top of the defense. Finds Alexis Augustus. Augustus will pull it back, set up the offense. That pass inside to Lawless, a little bit wide. She's able to handle it, though. Passes it off to Wilkerson. Wilkerson will find Chelsea Smith in the ball game. Will hand off to Augustus, who finds Wilkerson. Wilkerson will spin the lane, hang up into the air through 3 Lady Bulldog defenders. That shot no good. Rebound to the Lady Bulldogs. Holmes now with the basketball. Up by 7. Their largest lead has been 14. It's been cut to 7. Trying to go down low. We have whistle on the floor, and we have 3 seconds in the key. That violation will be a turnover, giving the ball back to Mississippi Delta. Wilkerson to inbound. Slight pressure here by Holmes. They're going to try and trap here on the near sideline. That pass rejected. However, Wilkerson's fortunately there to grab the loose ball. And it remains Mississippi Delta basketball. Smith now trying to set up the offense. She'll drive right side. Tries to go down low to Lawless. That ball intercepted by a Lady Bulldog. Will lead to a Holmes run out. The right hand, that one good for Camila Lacey. Mississippi Delta immediately tries to inbound the basketball to catch Holmes off guard. It's going to be knocked out of bounds. Last touched by Mississippi Delta. Will be another turnover, giving the ball back to Holmes. Holmes leads 47-38. 7.5 minutes to play in the ball game. Lady Bulldogs to inbound. Pimpton with the basketball. Passes it down into the corner. Down, that ball now into the key. We have a jump ball. Good defense by Mississippi Delta there. The possession arrow will give the ball back to Holmes. 23 on the shot clock. 7.5 to play here. Holmes basketball. We have a little bit of a timeout while Pimpton tucks in her jersey. And then we're back ready to play. Pimpton passes it inbound. Spinning jumper, no good, off window. Fight for the loose ball. Rouser gets on the floor for it. It'll be last touched by Holmes. It'll be Mississippi Delta ball. Good defense by the Lady Trojans there. They played good defense all night tonight, especially against this very tall Holmes offense. Holmes comes in with 3 centers all at 6 foot or above. So they're going to go with a full court pressure now as Holmes. They find Rouser. Rouser drives into the lane. She goes strong off the window, no good, and draws a foul. Trina Rouser now will go to the line to shoot 2 for the Lady Trojans. Christina Rouser, number 21, on the line. 2 free throws upcoming for her. It's the first team foul of the fourth quarter for Holmes. Each team has 1. First one, no good. First one was no good. Second one upcoming now for Christina Rouser. Nothing but net on the second attempt. That moves the score to 47-39 in favor of the Lady Bulldogs. 7 minutes to play in the ball game. Nice pass down low. Nice drive to the lane. However, the shot no good for Carpenter of Holmes. Excuse me, that was Webster on the shot attempt. Rebound knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Mississippi Delta. It'll remain Holmes basketball. 18 seconds on the shot clock. Three ball is up and good. Christina Harris for 3. Excuse me, that was Anisha Evans on the 3 ball. CC Rice tries to drive in the lane and loses it. It's going to be a turnover picked up by Holmes. It's Holmes basketball. Holmes up by 11 now, back into double figures. They're trying to go into the key. Passing down low. They're going with 2 6-foot centers on the floor. Nice spin move off window. And that was Webster. And a turnover down low underneath the Trojan basket. We'll give Holmes the basketball right back. That was a bad turnover there for Mississippi Delta. It's now Holmes' ball. So they're passing around the perimeter, trying to set up their offense to get something inside the paint. Carpenter passes off to Webster. Webster goes up and is fouled by Lawless. That'll send Brittany Webster, the sophomore center from Lexington, Mississippi, to the line to shoot 2. Her first free throw attempt is no good. Raylan Shelvin checks back into the game for Mississippi Delta. Second foul shot coming for Webster. That one will go off back iron, no good. Rebound to Sabrina White. The point guard gets in the lane to grab the rebound. Finds CC Rice. Rice up top to Shelvin. That one too tall. That pass was caught by Lacey of Holmes. However, her foot was on the end line. It'll be a turnover, giving the ball back to Mississippi Delta. Delta will inbound in front of their own bench. Rouser will do the inbounding. Screen set up by Shelvin. Allows Sabrina White some freedom to catch that pass. They go down low to Rouser. Rouser spins. There are two defenders. Shot no good. However, she's fouled on the play. That foul will go on Camila at Lacey. Christina Rouser back to the free throw line. First one is good. 52-40 in favor of Holmes here. 12-point Lady Bulldog advantage. 5.5 remaining in the ball game. Here at the JT Hall Coliseum, second free throw attempt upcoming. That one's good. She converts on them both. It's now an 11-point lead. Mississippi Delta goes into a little bit of a full court press on the inbound. However, they'll back off as Holmes moves the ball up the floor now. Hard contact there. We have a foul on Mississippi Delta. That one's going to go on CC Rice. A block is called. It's her second and the team's third here of the fourth quarter. Holmes basketball in front of their own bench. They'll inbound. The pass down low into the paint. Nice hook shot off window from Nina Carpenter. Holmes back up by 13, 54-41. Rice with the basketball. Rice looks for somewhere to go with it. She finds White. White down low to Shelvin. Shelvin tries to get into the paint. She passes it off to Rice. Rice for three. That one's short, no good. Asia Ward tries to grab the rebound, but she's going to get called for an over-the-back violation. That'll be the fourth team foul, the fourth foul on Asia Ward. It'll give the ball right back to Holmes. Halfway done here with the fourth quarter, with Holmes leading your Lady Trojans by 13 points. Three-pointer from Pimpton. That one's short, no good. Rebound to Holmes. Holmes will reset their offense with a fresh shot clock. Pimpton has the ball at the top of the circle near the Trojan logo. She's guarded by CC Rice. Pimpton picks up her dribble beyond the perimeter, finds Lacey. Lacey back to Pimpton. Pimpton thinks about a three. She'll try and dribble. Back to Lacey. Lacey now tries to dribble in the lane. She goes up. Her shot's blocked by Asia Ward. Rebound to Sabrina White as the shot clock goes off. It'll be Mississippi Delta ball. Rouser with the basketball. She tries to drive in the lane. She puts up a wild shot. No good. Ward's able to grab the rebound. Passes it off to Shelton. And Raylan Shelvin with the mid-range jumper is good. 54-43 now. 11-point advantage for the Lady Bulldogs. Under 4 minutes to play. Lacey drives into the lane. Count the basket. She will go to the line to try and convert on this three-point opportunity. It's the fifth foul on Asia Ward. She's fouled out of the ball game. Jabria Morton will replace her. Camila Lacey, the 5'6" sophomore guard from Lexington, Mississippi, to the line now to shoot two. It's Holmes 56, Mississippi Delta 44. First foul shot is good. Excuse me, that was the and one opportunity that she converted on right there. CC Rice will take the basketball at the floor. She'll be guarded by Evans. Sabrina White gets the basketball now. She dribbles into some traffic, finds Rouser. Rouser from the free throw line, and it drops. Christina Rouser with the basket. Lead back to 11. Rouser tries to get the steal. Shelvin's right there to pick it up. That one at point blank, no good. Maybe a foul on number 12. Wilson. And will give the ball back to Mississippi Delta under their own basket. Sabrina White will inbound. White sets the play in motion. They go up top to Morton. Morton off to Rice. Rice in the lane, and she's pushed from behind. Off window where that runner goes, and she will go to the line to convert on a three-point opportunity. CeCe Rice goes to the line with that little runner. She was pushed from behind, got it to drop, and that free throw will go down as well. Three-point play for Mississippi Delta. They cut the lead to 8, 57-49. Mississippi Delta goes to a full court press. Holmes is able to inbound it and run the ball up the floor. Looks like we will have a jump ball. Some temper starting to flare here. There's a fight for that loose ball. Possession arrow will give the ball back to Mississippi Delta. Good defense there by Jabria Morton to cause the jump ball. Tonight's officials are going to have to speak to both head coaches about a little bit of the chippiness that's going on here. 3 minutes, 16 seconds remaining in the ball game. Mississippi Delta basketball. Lady Trojans trailing by 8 points. Trojans will inbound. Sabrina White gives out to Rice. A little bit of three-quarter courts pressure. Almost a steal by Holmes. White's able to spin out of it. Finds Shelvin down low to Morton, but that pass is deflected away. Out of bounds, but it'll remain Lady Trojan basketball. 3 minutes to go in the ball game. 20 on the shot clock. Pass down low to Morton. She's double teamed. And she double dribbles with the basketball. Turnover, giving the ball back to Holmes. Mississippi Delta goes to a full court pressure. Following that turnover, Pimpton takes the ball up the floor easily. She slows things down to set up the offense. We're now under 3 minutes to play here in the ball game. Pimpton drives to the lane underneath Morton. I think Morton might have gotten a hand on that on her. That'll be the foul on Jabria Morton, her first. It'll be Vakila Pimpton to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Mississippi Delta has now committed their fifth personal. So 2 free throws upcoming the remainder of the ball game for Holmes. Pimpton's first free throw is up, and it's good. Puts the lead back to 9. Pimpton with a chance to put the lead back to double figures. Her second free throw is good as well. 59-49. Lady Bulldog lead over your Lady Trojans. 2 minutes, 40 seconds to go in the ball game. Rouser catches the pass and is immediately trapped by Holmes. Holmes is able to force a turnover right there. Holmes now moves the ball off the floor. Lacey from 15 feet. That one is good. 61-49 in favor of the Lady Bulldogs now. Holmes will go to three-quarter court pressure. White's pass is able to be handled by Augustus to break the pressure. Trying to go cross court to Rice. Rice has it. Free throw line jumper. That one's good for CeCe Rice. 10-point ball game. Holmes will move the ball up the floor slowly. Rice lets her go right past her. However, nothing is harmed. Pimpton just passes it off to Evans. Evans who slows the basketball. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Under 2 minutes on the game clock. Evans will go ISO. She drives the lane with the right hand off the window and good. It's now 63-51. Your Lady Trojans are trailing. Rouser with the basketball as the Trojans beat pressure. Free throw line elbow jumper, no good. That rebound deflected up in the air. Fight for the loose ball. Augustus is able to handle it. Finds Sabrina White at the last second. Augustus now with one dribble. Nice move. Puts it up and in from 18 feet. 63-53. Trojans will back off their pressure now following the inbound. Pimpton moves the ball up this floor slowly. She seems to be in no rush with a double-digit lead here as we go under 1 minute to play in the ball game. Shot clock down to 10 seconds. Pimpton will go ISO. She'll drive into the lane. Her runner's no good. Rebound to Holmes. Second chance no good. Rebound Raylan Shelvin. About a 16-second difference between game and shot clock. Christina Rouser has the basketball now. She tries to drive into the lane. Her shot is blocked, no good. Excuse me, there's going to be a foul called on the play. I want to go on Lacey. We'll send Christina Rouser back to the free throw line to shoot 2 more foul shots. .7 seconds remaining in the ball game. Christina Rouser on the foul line. Her first free throw is nothing but net. Cuts the lead down to 9. Rouser with a few dribbles. Spins the ball in her hand. She'll put it up and it'll go off the front rim, roll down, and it's good. Timeout Mississippi Delta with the score 63-55, 34.7 seconds remaining in the ball game. It's a full timeout. We'll be back on the MDCC Sports Network. It's Holmes basketball with 34.7 seconds to go. As Mississippi Delta set up a full court press that will force Holmes into calling a timeout. So we will be back. Holmes to inbound, leading by 8 points here, 63-55, 30 seconds to go in the ball game. There's a 3-second difference between game and shot clock. CC Rice guards Pimpton, who has the basketball for Holmes. Pimpton with a dribble handoff. Finds Evans. Evans almost palms the basketball, but she doesn't. She finds Lacey. Lacey will dribble around the perimeter. She tries to find a lane. There's going to be a blocking foul called. That'll turn the shot clock off with 11.1 seconds to go in the ballgame. Sabrina White commits the personal. That'll be her 4th foul. That'll send Camila Lacey to the free throw line to put this thing on ice. Misses her first one. It's an 8-point lead for the Lady Bulldogs. This one's all but wrapped up here in Moorhead. Second one is good. 64-55, 11.1 remaining in the ball game. Sabrina White takes the pass. Mississippi Delta looking for one last shot as Alexis Augustus has the ball. Drives into the lane off window, and that one's good. But that will do it for the ball game. Ladies and gentlemen, your final score, it's the visiting Holmes Community College Lady Bulldogs 64 and your Mississippi Delta Lady Trojans 57. We'll be back with the men's basketball game here, tipping off at 8 o'clock on the MDCC Sports Network. Thank you for tuning in.
You're good. You're good. You turn it off. You're good.
And now,
You don't
the
have to
introduction for tonight, starting
wait till tip off.
first from home, number 1.
Welcome, Trojan fans, back to the JT Hall Coliseum for the second game in tonight's MAC JC North Division matchup between Holmes Community College and Mississippi Delta. We're just about ready to tip things off here. In the men's game, it's the Bulldogs of Holmes versus your Trojans, of course. Here at the JT Hall Coliseum. Seems to be a bit of a delay for some reason. Can't figure out why, but now the tip-off will be won by Mississippi Delta. Not even an attempt made by Holmes there. Quashad Young controls it. Mississippi Delta playing a little bit short-handed tonight. A couple of injuries have shortened the Trojan bench this evening. Flowers with the basketball, looking for somewhere to go with it, finds Hughes. Hughes, the basketball out around the perimeter. He tries to pass down to Jennings. That pass is wild. It's going to be stolen by Holmes. Holmes now on a bit of a run out. He'll pass into the corner. Thought about a three. He'll decide not to shoot it, but he'll pass out. Jennings faces up the ball. Pass down into the paint. Holmes doing a very good job moving the basketball so far here in this first possession for them. Three ball upcoming for number 10. Joda Simpson, who knocks it down. First basket of the ball game goes to Holmes, 3-0. Holmes immediately goes into a full court pressure for that inbound. However, they'll back off as Mississippi Delta was able to inbound the basketball. Rashad Young handles for Mississippi Delta. That three ball is no good for Flowers. Rebound by Jennings. We're going to have an offensive goaltending call. Excuse me, defensive goaltending. Will give the basket to Mississippi Delta. 3-2 ball game early on here in the first half. Mississippi Delta goes with a little bit of pressure in the full court. Holmes able to get the ball across half court easily. Simpson with the basketball. He hit the last three for Holmes. That was Williams able to drive into the lane. That foul is going to go on Anthony Hughes, his first. before the free throw attempt, we'll have a timeout by Mississippi Delta. We'll be back with more first half action on the MDCC Sports Network. Williams on the line, shooting the one free throw. He knocks it down. Three-point play good for Holmes. It's 6-2 Holmes early on in this ballgame. If you're not watching the previous game, the Lady Bulldogs of Holmes beat your Lady Trojans of Mississippi Delta. DeShaven Flowers takes the pass in the corner on the far side, and he travels with it immediately. It'll be a turnover, giving the ball back to Holmes. 18-15 left here in the first half. 6-2 in favor of the Bulldogs. Light pressure by Mississippi Delta. Try to set up a trap in front of the Trojan bench. Anthony Hughes guards the ball. Holmes tries to get the ball down low. That pass denied. Good defense there by Terrell Jennings. There's a loose ball that goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Holmes. 28 on the shot clock. Very good defense on that shot attempt by Terrell Jennings to block it. Driving to the lane there. Nice power dribble. Flowers goes up high for the rebound. Ends up hitting the deck, but he'll be all right. It'll be out of bounds going back to Holmes. Holmes now with their third chance opportunity. Upcoming following this inbound. Flowers guards the inbounder. They find Spencer. Spencer gets the ball into the paint. Back out to Spencer. Spencer with a three ball in front of the Trojan bench. Short off front iron. The Shaven Flowers goes up high for the rebound. Young moves the ball up the basketball of the floor quickly. Finds Hughes in the corner. Hughes will knock down a three. First basket of the ball game for Mississippi Delta. Excuse me, their second basket. They'll go with some light pressure here. Holmes able to beat it easily, get the ball across half court. They'll move the ball around the perimeter, trying to get inside to Johnson. That pass off to Franklin. Franklin packs it home. And we have a timeout on the floor. It'll be a Mississippi Delta timeout. We'll be back with more first half action on the MDCC Sports Network. Mississippi Delta has burned 2 timeouts here in the early going. As Holmes sets up a full court pressure, they'll trap into the corner. Young has the basketball, looking to do something with it. And there's going to be another timeout called by Quashad Young as he was trapped there. We'll be back with more action on the MDCC Sports Network. Full court pressure set up by Holmes. Hughes is able to get the ball in, finds Jennings. Jennings off to Young, and Holmes will retreat a little bit. Young gets the ball across the floor to Jones. Jones up to Hughes. Hughes for three. That one no good. No basket interference call. Mississippi Delta is able to grab the loose ball, though. Young pulls a long three. That one will drop. Good shot, Young, from deep. 8-8 ball game, 16 and a half minutes to play in the first half. Simpson handles. We have a foul on the play. That pass went down low. That foul will go on Terrell Jennings, his first. Timmy Holmes basketball underneath the Trojan basket. Holmes to inbound. Driving the lane, he'll pull up. Johnson with the basketball. Johnson with a finger roll off the window, and it's good. His first basket of the ball game. It's going to be a hand check in the front court by Jonas Simpson. His first personal. First team foul of the first half for Holmes. Substitute coming in the ball game for Holmes now. It's Normant. Holmes will go with a press defense here. Mississippi Delta's going to have to break it. Going to go with a one-man press game there. Bowie with the basketball. Bowie tried to find a cutting Flowers. Flowers with that pass knocked away from him. The out-of-bounds remaining Trojan basketball. 24 on the shot clock. Flowers has the ball. Palms it, looks for somewhere to go with it. Gives off to Bowie. Anthony Bowie is checked into the ball game for Mississippi Delta. Passes off to Xavier Jones. Jones over the top of a defender, no good. Flowers try to knock that one away. It's going to be a Holmes rebound. And a Holmes run out, layup it in for Mikael Normant. His first basket, 12-8 Holmes lead early here in this contest. Bowie's closely guarded here. He tries to pass it into the lane. It's going to go off the shin of a Holmes defender. Recovered by Hughes. Hughes has the basketball. Back to Bowie by the Trojan logo. Shot clock down to 10. Bowie drives in the lane with the right hand. Should be a hand check foul. That one will go on Stanley Williams, his first personal. It's the second team foul for the Bulldogs. Substitutions coming into the game for Holmes. Cortez Wade and Kasim Nicholson checking into the ball game for the Bulldogs. Trojan basketball, the unbound under the Holmes basket. Hughes finds Bowie. Bowie with a slow dribble here. Shot clock down to 10. Finds Jennings at the free throw line. His jumper spins around the rim a couple of times and drops. Terrell Jennings with his first basket of the ball game. 12-10 Holmes. Under 15 minutes to play in the first half. Normant drives in the lane, hangs in the air. That one no good. That tip in by Javon Franklin is good. Holmes now the 4-point lead. Hughes with the basketball. We're going to have a foul away from the ball. That one's going to go on Cortez Wade, his first personal. Trojans will set up a play, find Xavier Jones. Jones will drive into the lane. He's closely guarded, hangs in the air, knocks it down. Xavier Jones, his first basket of the ball game. There's a scoreboard malfunction. Mississippi Delta tries to drive in the lane. Flowers misses it. A traveling violation by Holmes. It'll be a turnover, giving the ball back to the Trojans. Score is correct at 14-12. 14:09 remaining in the ball game. Holmes goes into full court pressure. He'll back off a little bit as Bowie takes the ball across half court. Bowie handles now for Mississippi Delta. Passes off to Jones. Jones will drive with the left hand. He goes across the paint with the right, and he gets good as he hits the deck. Xavier Jones with his second basket of the ball game. We're all tied at 14s here. Simpson takes the ball up the floor for Holmes. That pass down low. Spins in the lane. Goes up and under, no good. Fight for the loose ball, recovered by Holmes. Wade passes off to Simpson. Simpson thinks about it. Three, he'll back it off and reset the offense for Holmes. Simpson being guarded by Bowie. Passes it off to Wade. Wade at the top of the circle. He goes down low to Franklin. Back out to Simpson. Shot clock under 10 seconds. Simpson drives, his runner no good. Not going to touch anything. Rebound to Xavier Jones. It's Mississippi Delta ball. No pressure on Bowie as he takes it across half court as he tries to set up an offensive play. Jennings way up at the top of the circle. He'll drive with the right hand. He tries to pass it off to Flowers. That ball knocked away, but he's able to recover his own loose ball. He'll drive in the lane and put it up off the window for himself. Terrell Jennings creating that shot. It's Mississippi Delta 16, Holmes 14. Three ball in the corner, no good. Also no good on the offensive rebound. Hughes grabs it. He'll slow the game down for Mississippi Delta. I'm feeling Holmes wants to play an up and down game. That ball tipped out of the hands of Hughes. Holmes has numbers. Well, that layup attempt is good. Kasim Nicholson with the layup. Holmes wants to go up tempo. Mississippi Delta wants to slow things down. Tied at 16s. 12 minutes to go in the ball game. Excuse me, in the first half. Bowie dribbles to the far sideline. That's where he'll set up the offense. He finds Xavier Jones. Jones for a long three. That one off back iron, no good. Flowers tries to grab the rebound and tips it up to Jennings. Jennings is fouled on his shot attempt. And he'll go to the line to shoot two now for the Trojans. Winford Ross with the foul. That's his first. Fourth team foul on Holmes. Sends Terrell Jennings to the line, the 6'7" sophomore from Columbus, Mississippi. He knocks down the first one. He's got 5 points early on in this ball game. 11:43 mark, 17-16 Trojan lead. Been an up and down game here so far, the JT Hall Coliseum. Second one for Jennings is good. Jamal Smith will check into the ball game for Mississippi Delta. He'll replace Terrell Jennings. Simpson with some fancy between the legs dribbling. Passes it off to Nicholson. A little bit of ball movement at the top of the circle. Drive into the lane. No travel, no over the back called either. Second chance, no good. To Mississippi Delta ball. Hughes passes into the corner to Graham, who's checked into the ball game. Graham goes right hand off window, and it's good. Avion Graham with the basket. Mississippi Delta by 4. Holmes goes up tempo and draws the foul. Nicholson will go to the line after missing the layup. However, he's fouled by Jamal Smith. That'll be the third team foul on the Trojans here in the first half. Team Kasim Nicholson to the line to shoot two. First one is good for Nicholson. He has 3 points now. Mississippi Delta is going to do some rearranging here. Nicholson will shoot his second free throw. That one's going to be good as well. Nicholson now has 4 points in the ball game. 20-18 Trojan lead. 4 points is their largest lead of the ball game. Graham has the basketball at the top of the circle. He'll drive the left hand. Passes it off to Smith. Smith faces up his defender. He tries to drive baseline. He'll fade away. That one no good. Holmes tips it to one of their teammates. They'll run the ball up the floor. Nicholson will drive in the lane. Have that ball swatted off the backboard, but a foul is called. That foul is going to go on Jamal Smith. That's his second now. That'll make Coach Fears go to his bench. He's going to go to James Jones here. He waits to check in. Kasim Nicholson at the line to shoot 2 more for Holmes. That one is good. Nicholson now with 5. He's tied the game high with Terrell Jennings. James Jones replaces Jamal Smith, who has 2 personal fouls early in this ball game. Second one from Nicholson is good. He now has 6 points, 4 of which have come at the free throw line, and 2 possessions. Rashad Young will handle for Mississippi Delta. Pass it off to Hughes. Hughes back to Young. Young almost has that ball stolen away. His pass to Hughes is no good. It goes out of bounds. It'll be a turnover, giving the ball back to Holmes. Nearly halfway through the the first half here. 20-20 is the score. That shot rejected underneath the basket. Mississippi Delta comes away with the loose ball. Rashad Young passes off to Anthony Hughes. Hughes back to Young. Hughes will slow things down and set up the offense. He'll drive with the right hand into the lane. Passes off to Graham. Graham spins around. He tries to find a way in. He'll go up top to Flowers. Flowers back to Graham. Graham for 3. That one no good. Holmes tips it to Hughes. Anthony Hughes, fortunate to be there, grabs the rebound and grabs the basket. That shuttle bounce off the rim a couple of times and is good for Simpson. 22-22, under 10 minutes to play here in the first half. Rashad Young tries to pass that ball into the corner. It's going to touch the out-of-bounds line. Anthony Bowie will check in for him as after that turnover. Holmes basketball. Tie ball game, back and forth game. Simpson being guarded by Bowie. Johnson drives in the lane with the right hand. That ball swatted away by Flowers off the window. Flowers is able to grab his rejection. It's Mississippi Delta ball. Bowie with the ball on the far sideline. He looks for a lane to drive through. Passes off to Flowers. Flowers at the top of the circle. Shot clock down to 10 now. Bowie's going to reset the offense. He'll try and run ISO. Drives in the lane, passes it off to James Jones. Jones with a hard dribble with the right hand right as the shot clock expires for 2. Huge MAC-JC North Division matchup between Holmes and Mississippi Delta. Playoff implications on the line here. Holmes comes in at 14-2. They come into the JT Hall Coliseum. That 3-ball for Simpson, no good. Graham's able to grab the rebound. He pushes the ball up the floor now. Graham passes off to Jones. Jones's shot is rejected. Will go out of bounds and remain Mississippi Delta basketball. Some substitutions coming into the game for Holmes. 24-22 Mississippi Delta lead. Under 8 minutes to play. Bowie with the basketball. Pass in the corner to Graham. Graham for three. That one goes down. Avion Graham for three.
Graham with the three.
27-22 Mississippi Delta lead. Holmes tries to drive into the lane. That foul's going to go on James Jones, his first.
Foul on James Jones, that's his first.
That'll be the 5th team foul on Mississippi Delta. It'll remain Holmes basketball. The shot clock being moved to 22. Holmes will go with a baseball pass to the other end of the floor, but it'll be handled by Tre'Vius Spencer. Spencer handles the basketball for Holmes. Screen set up at the top of the circle. Doesn't use it. Passes it off to Williams. Williams kicks it off to Carter. Shot clock down to 2. Williams has the basketball. He run. It's a runner is good. Holmes wants a foul. Mississippi Delta wants a shot clock violation, but the basket is good. Williams with the runner at the buzzer. Knocks it down. 24-27. Mississippi Delta leads by 3 points. Flowers with the ball at the top of the circle. Mississippi Delta passing the ball off at the top of the circle. Shot clock down to 5 seconds. Bowie pulls a long three. That one short off the window, off iron, no good. Holmes now moves the ball up the floor. Mississippi Delta is able to get back on defense, however, a 15-foot jump shot by Cortez Wade is good. Cuts the Delta lead to 1. Bowie with the basketball. Passes the ball to Flowers. Flowers now eyes up at 3, trying to get that ball in down low. Jones unable to get open. Shot clock back down to 10. Bowie spins. Elbow jump shot no good. Rebound Holmes. Franklin with the rebound. He goes way up top to Spencer. Carter almost loses it, but he's able to regain control of it near the out-of-bounds line. Williams with the basketball. He hit the runner on the last possession as the shot clock expired. This shot clock's down to 5 seconds. Elbow jump shot by Wade is good. And Holmes regains the lead, 28-27. Mississippi Delta is going to call a full timeout. We'll be back with more first half action on the MDCC Sports Network. Mississippi Delta now just has 2 timeouts remaining, 5.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Holmes has retaken the lead, 28-27. Young's checked back into the ballgame. He handles for Mississippi Delta. He tries to drive but pulls the ball back out. They'll reset the offense. Shot clock down to 15. Young drives in the lane, slips across the floor. He's going to get called for a travel, and that'll turn the ball over back to Holmes. Holmes basketball. Williams takes the ball up the floor now. He makes a dangerous pass to the far sideline. Holmes gets the ball down low. Nicholson pass into the corner. Williams thought about the three, but he'll drive in the lane. He'll pass out of it. Wade will pull for three from the top of the circle. That one no good. Rebound to Williams. Williams to Wade. Wade loses the ball. It's Mississippi Delta grabs it. Khalil Strickland's checked into the game for the Trojans. Driving the lane, no good. However, there's going to be a foul called on Normant, his first. It'll be the 5th team foul on Holmes. Holmes, Mississippi Delta inbounds. Young has the basketball. Hughes drives. He's fouled before his shot is rejected. That foul is going to go on Williams. Anthony Hughes to the line to shoot 2 free throws for Mississippi Delta. 6'3" sophomore guard from Clinton, Mississippi. First one no good. Trojans trail by 1. Hughes' second free throw upcoming. He hits that one. Anthony Hughes now with 6 points in the ball game. Tie ball game, 28-28. Back and forth game. 4.5 minutes to play in the first. Holmes tries to step their offense. We have 3 seconds in the key. It's a violation on Holmes. It'll turn the ball back to your Trojans. Shaven Flowers checks back into the ball game for Anthony Hughes. Khalil Strickland inbound. He finds Young. No pressure for Young as he tries to push the ball across half court. It's finally picked up at the perimeter. He drives with the left hand. Passes out of it to Strickland. Strickland with the 3 from the top of the circle. That one hits nothing. Flowers is able to save it. However, it's also saved by a Holmes Bulldog. That 3 ball coming, no good for Holmes. Fight for the rebound. It's going to be last touched by Mississippi Delta. Three minutes, 59 seconds remaining until halftime. It's Holmes basketball. There's going to be a foul on that drive attempt by Khalil Strickland. That's going to be his first personal foul.
Correction, 17, 1-1. 17-5.
It's going to be the 7th team foul on Mississippi Delta. Meaning Holmes will shoot 1-1 here. Gervais Spencer at the line. Shooting 1-1. First foul shot is good. Hits the front end of the 1-1. It's his first point of the ball game. He misses the backhand. Rebound, Khalil Strickland. Young quickly moves the ball up the floor. He's picked up at half court. Young misses a wide open cutting Strickland, but he goes down low baseline to Jones. Jones drives baseline, goes up and under. That one off rim, no good. James Jones with the rebound. And his putback attempt is no good, but he's fouled. That foul's going to go on Spencer, his first. James Jones will go to the line to shoot 2. The 6'5" sophomore forward from Greenwood, Mississippi. Both teams here in the bonus. Each foul will put them in a 1-1 situation. That was a shooting foul, however, putting James Jones in the line to shoot 2. He missed the front end, but he hits the second free throw. 29-29 ball game, 3.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Simpson handles the basketball for Holmes. He passes it down low. Nicholson will go off window with the right hand, no good. Rebound to Flowers. Rashad Young instructed to slow the offense down. Young finds a cutting Xavier Jones, who goes off window with the right hand. 31-29 Mississippi Delta ball. Mississippi Delta lead. That pass down to the lane leads to a layup for Holmes. James Jones picks up the foul on Nicholson, who made the basket. He'll go to the line to shoot one more. Nicholson now has 8 points in the ball game off the bench. That free throw attempt is good. He's got 9 points. Holmes holds on to a 1-point lead, 32-31. Young dribbles the basketball in front of the Holmes bench. Passes it off to Xavier Jones, who pulls a long 3. That one's good. Xavier Jones for 3. It's now Mississippi 34 and Holmes 32. 2-point Trojan lead here. 2.5 minutes to play in the first half. Nice steal there by Khalil Strickland. Strickland drives the lane, doesn't have numbers. He'll stop his dribble, find Young. Young pulls a long 3. That one no good. Rebound to Xavier Jones. Strickland drives into the lane, knocks it down. Khalil Strickland, the freshman from Mound Bayou. Mississippi Delta now the 4-point advantage. Holmes drives into the paint. That one off window is good. That was Normant with the basket off the window. He now has 4 points. 36-34, under 2 minutes to play until halftime. Young with the basketball, passes into the corner to Jones, is denied. It'll be last touch by Holmes. It'll remain Trojan basketball. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Jones will inbound, he finds Young. Minute and a half remaining until halftime. Young loses the basketball, he regains it. Long 3 as the shot clock goes off. Holmes grabbed the rebound as the shot clock was going to go off, but it went off just before he grabbed it, meaning a shot clock violation. So it's going to be Holmes' ball. It's going to be a blocking foul called on Mississippi Delta. That foul will go on Xavier Jones, his first. 8th Mississippi Delta team foul. That'll send Mikael Normant to the line to shoot 2. Holmes trailing by 2 with 1 minute, 3 seconds remaining until halftime. First one is good. Substitution will not come into the game. We'll check in for the shooter. Second one up coming from Normant. He's good, he knocks them both down. Normant now has 5 and we have a tie ball game. Very back and forth first half here in Moorhead. 36-all is your score. Under 1 minute to play until halftime. Rashad Young handles the basketball for Mississippi Delta. Both teams in the bonus. Young very content to wind the shot clock down. He'll finally start to move under 10 seconds. His step back 3, no good. We have a foul away from the basketball.
That one's going to go on number 23, Justin Johnson, his first. Terrell Jennings will go to the line for Mississippi Delta to shoot free throws. Jennings was fouled away from the basketball. Excuse me, he won't shoot two. He'll shoot a 1-and-1 situation. Jones with a couple of dribbles. Eyes the basket. That one is good. Hits the first. Well, he earns a second. He now has 7 points in the ball game. Mississippi Delta with a 1-point lead. There's a 7-second difference between the game and shot clock. Second free throw is no good. Rebound to Nicholson. Passes it off to Simpson. Simpson will take the ball off the floor for Holmes. Three-pointer for Normant, knocks it down. Mikael Normant for three. He now has 8 points. Holmes now has a 2-point lead, 39-37. Shot clock turned off. 10 seconds remaining in the first half. Strickland has the basketball. 4 seconds. He has that ball stripped out of his hand. Loose ball on the floor. Jones tries to throw up a wild one. It's nowhere near the basket. And that's how we'll go to halftime. Holmes has a 39-37 lead at halftime. We'll be back with second half action on the MDCC Sports Network. Welcome to second half action, fans. Holmes basketball to start the second half. They'll pass the ball around the perimeter. Holmes again, and that three ball is good for Stanley Williams. Holmes now opens up their largest lead of the night at 5. Holmes in the maroon with the black and white piping, white lettering. Mississippi Delta in the white jerseys with the black and red. The black letters with red outline. Xavier Jones will try and answer with a long three of his own. No good. Rebound to Holmes. Fight for the rebound, actually. Sherrell Jennings is able to get his hands on it. It'll remain Mississippi Delta basketball with the possession arrow.
Young ball in favor of the Cougars.
Hughes to inbound. We've just opened up the second half. Hughes inbounding for Mississippi Delta. Finds Jennings underneath the basket all alone, but he's quickly swarmed by a couple of Holmes defenders. Rebound by Winford Ross of Holmes. Holmes trying to get the ball down low. They'll kick it out. That three no good for Holmes. Loose ball on the floor is going to be another jump ball. Now it's going to stay with Holmes because of the alternating possession arrow. 19 minutes to go in the ball game. Holmes leading 42-37. Holmes led 39-37 at halftime. Holmes inbound. Williams with the basketball. He tries to go down low to Franklin. Franklin finds an open Johnson. Johnson off the window with the right hand. It's good. It's now Holmes 44, Mississippi Delta 37, largest lead of the ball game for the Bulldogs. Xavier Jones drives into the lane. His shot no good. Rebound goes to Johnson. A little right-hand runner no good. Tipped up in the air. Spencer missed the runner. The ball tipped up in the air to him. He recovered it and dishes it off to Simpson, who resets the offense. Potentially moving screen there and not called. Spencer has the basketball, shot clock at 10. When stolen away by Flowers, however, he's unable to handle it. Xavier Jones is finally able to come up with the basketball to lead to a Mississippi Delta run out. Rashad Young finds a driving Anthony Hughes, who lays it up and in. Spencer picks up his second personal. It'll send Anthony Hughes to the line. He'll try and convert the and one opportunity. He cannot. Rebound to Holmes. Holmes passes around the perimeter. Trying to find something inside. They can't. Good defense by Mississippi Delta. That foul's going to go on Terrell Jennings with the arm across the back. Second foul on Jennings. Franklin drives into the lane and is fouled. Foul's going to go on Quashad Young, his first personal. 17.5 minutes remaining in the ball game. Holmes 44, Mississippi Delta 39. Holmes basketball under the Trojan basket. Xavier Jones is able to tip the ball up to himself and steal it. But he is fouled by Williams. He had an easy layup. However, he was fouled by Williams. Trojans wanted a no foul call on that one. But that'll be the third foul on Holmes here in the second half. Anthony Hughes to inbound. Hughes finds Flowers at the top of the circle. Back to Hughes. Hughes drives with the right hand. He's fouled on his way up. Anthony Hughes will go back to the line. Spencer with a foul. That's his third. It's already 4 personal fouls on Holmes here in just a quick 2.5 minutes. Anthony Hughes the line to shoot free throws. He missed his one opportunity earlier in the ball game. He misses well short on that one. One more foul shot upcoming for Anthony Hughes. On the bright side for Mississippi Delta, Holmes has already committed 3 personal fouls. That free throw stronger, but no good. Hughes misses on them both. Wade will drive into the lane. Crash to the floor, but he drops it in. Cortez Wade with the basket. Holmes 46, Mississippi Delta 39. Young in front of his own bench. Passes off to Hughes. Hughes down to Jennings. Jennings tries to go to a cutting Xavier Jones, who has it knocked away by a Holmes defender. It'll remain Mississippi Delta basketball with 15 on the shot clock. Hughes inbounds to Jennings. Jennings drives into the paint. He tries to go right-hand hook shot. No good. Rebound to Holmes. Holmes a little bit of back and forth game here. Simpson handles the basketball now. Simpson passes it off to Normand. Normand travels with the basketball before he's able to cut to the rim. Checking back into the game is Jamal Smith. He'll replace Terrell Jennings. It's going to be Mississippi Delta ball in front of the Holmes bench. Holmes will go with no pressure whatsoever. Quashad Young moves the ball up the floor slowly now. Three ball in front of the Trojan bench for Young, no good. Rebound tipped up into the hands of a Holmes Bulldog. Simpson runs the ball at the floor now. He has no numbers. He'll cross-court pass to Normand. Normand will do some dribbling. He'll pick up his dribble. He finds Simpson. Wade with the basketball out the far sideline. He picks up his dribble. He tries to find somebody open. He finds Simpson. Simpson drives his runners off window. No good. Rebound to Franklin. The putback is good. Javon Franklin with the putback. Anthony Hughes picks up the foul. Excuse me. Justin Johnson had the basket. He now has 6 points. He'll go to the line to shoot one more. He'll try and convert on this three-point play from the foul line, and he does. There's going to be a timeout. Holmes on the play. It's Holmes 49, Mississippi Delta 39, and we'll be back on the MDCC Sports Network. Following the Holmes timeout, it'll be Mississippi Delta basketball, 15:50 remaining in the ball game. Holmes has opened up its largest lead now at 10 at 49-39. Mississippi Delta has the ball. Rashad Young handles the ball for Mississippi Delta. He hands off to Smith. Smith back to Young at the top of the circle. Dribbles to the far sideline. He'll pull a long three. That one is good. Quashad Young finally knocks down another one. Young has 6 points, and he cuts the lead to 7. Mississippi Delta needs a couple of stops here on defense to get back into this thing. They'll set up a little bit of a trap. There's going to be a foul away from the basketball. That one's going to go on Nicholson of Holmes, and it'll give the ball back to Mississippi Delta. It's Kasim Nicholson's first foul. Kasim Nicholson tied for the lead here in points tonight with Xavier Jones. They both have 9. Flowers will pull a three. He knocks it down from the top of the circle. That's his first basket of the ball game. Mississippi Delta has cut the lead to 49-45. It's a 4-point advantage for Holmes. A couple of threes have gotten Mississippi Delta back in this game. Flowers will pick up a cheap foul here, though. Excuse me, it won't be Flowers. It'll be Jamal Smith picking up his 3rd foul. Still 14 and a half minutes remaining in the ball game. Jamal Smith has 3 fouls, the reserve forward from Chicago, Illinois. Johnson will go off window with the right hand. He now has 9 points. 3 players are tied with 9 points. Rashad Young with the basketball. He shoots from the elbow. That one no good. Fight for the rebound. Grabbed by Holmes. Simpson will have an easy run out. He'll go right hand off window. Layup. And it's good. Jonas Simpson now with 7 points. Holmes back up by 8. 14 minutes remaining in the ball game. Flowers thought about a 3. He'll set up the offense. Tries to get down low, and Smith has that one stolen away by Nicholson. Nicholson will try and beat numbers. He'll lose the basketball. That one's stolen by Smith. Jamal Smith with the basketball. Simpson will pick up a cheap reach-in foul. That'll be the 2nd foul on Simpson. A couple of subs checking into the game for both teams. Bowie and Graham have checked into the game, as well as Bo Jones for Mississippi Delta. Got a foul away from the ball. That one's going to go on Nicholson. Picks up his 2nd. That's going to be the 6th team foul on Holmes already, with 13:47 remaining in the 2nd half. Next foul on Holmes will put Mississippi Delta in the bonus. Trojans will inbound. Hughes will do the inbounding. He'll go over the top to Bowie. Bowie tries to set up the offense. They'll go with a wide offense here. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Bowie handles, he drives in the lane, kicks it off to Jones. Jones loses control of it. It's going to be a shot clock violation. And it's going to be Holmes basketball. It's going to be a whistle away from the ball. That one's going to go on Jamal Smith. It's going to be his 4th personal foul now. 5th team foul on Mississippi Delta. Derek Fears is going to get called for a technical foul. The tech has been assessed to Derek Fears for arguing with the referee this evening. It's going to lead to 2 shots in the basketball for Holmes. 13:10 remaining in the ball game. Travis Spencer will shoot the foul shots for Holmes. First one is no good, short off the window. Second one upcoming for Holmes. Spencer is able to hit that one. He has 2 points in the ball game. With the technical, it'll give Holmes the basketball right back. Franklin spins, passes it off. No good. That was Stribling who missed the basket, his first action of the second half. Bowie tries to go all the way to the lane. He's rejected by Franklin. Graham's fortunately right there to pick the basketball up. Heels a drive. No basket as he was fouled on the floor. That foul's going to go on Simpson with the hand check. Mississippi Delta's in the 1-and-1 now. Hughes will shoot the foul shot. Javen Flowers checks back into the ballgame. He replaces Smith, who now has 4 fouls. Anthony Hughes has struggled at the line tonight. He's missed 3 opportunities for points. Mississippi Delta trailing by 9. The first one is good for Anthony Hughes. Hughes is able to knock down the second one. Hughes now with 10 points. 12:51 remaining in the ball game. Mississippi Delta trailing by 7. Very back and forth first half. Mississippi Delta led for the majority of it before Holmes was able to take a 2-point advantage going into the break. However, they've opened up here in the second half. Normant fights through the contact, hits the basket, and will go to the line to shoot 1 free throw. Michael Normant, the 6'1" sophomore from Somerville, Tennessee. Free throw is good. Converts to 3-point play. He now has 10 points. Bowie brings the ball up the floor from Mississippi Delta. Little drive to the left hand. His runner no good. Holmes with the rebound. No Stribling. Stribling to Williams. Back to Stribling. Stribling for 3. Airballs it. But Wade was right there for the putback. Mississippi Delta trails by 12 points now, their largest deficit of the ball game. Hughes with the basketball. Who tries to drive with the right hand? That one rejected. It'll lead to a run out. Normant goes up and under, makes one man miss, drops it. Normant now with 12 points. He leads all scorers. It's 14 points. The advantage for Holmes. The Bulldogs going on a little bit of a run here since the Derek Fears technical foul. Fears will call a timeout. It'll be a 14-point advantage for Holmes with 11:39 remaining in the ball game. We'll be back on the MDCC Sports Network. Mississippi Delta basketball. 11.5 minutes remaining. Flowers thinks about a 3. And he travels with the basketball, turning the ball over, giving it back to Holmes. This is Holmes' largest lead of the evening at 14 points. Mississippi Delta's largest lead was 6 in the first half. It's going to be Holmes basketball here. He'll pass the ball around the perimeter. Alley-oop to Franklin. That one is good. Jovan Franklin on the opposite end of the alley-oop. He puts it down. That 3-ball attempt no good for Mississippi Delta. Tipped up to Jennings. Jennings grabs it. And he's fouled on his way up. Johnson picks up the foul. That'll send Terrell Jennings to the line to shoot 2. Excuse me. They will give him 2 shots. It's not a 1-and-1 opportunity right here. He was fouled on his way up. The first one is good. Terrell Jennings with 8 points now. Second free throw upcoming for Jennings. One's going to be short off the window. Rebound to Johnson. Johnson will give the ball off to Williams. Williams guarded by Young. Gives the ball back off to Johnson. The post player up high in the front court. Johnson will hesitate and fade away with his jumper, no good. Rebounded Quashad Young. Young will move the Trojans up the floor. Trojans trailing by 15 points here. 63-48. Approaching the 10-minute mark in this ball game. Young with some dribbling. Finds Jennings from 18 feet. That one off the window, no good. Rebound to Johnson. Williams kicks it out in the corner to Wade. Wade for a corner 3. That one no good. Tipped by Franklin, but it'll go out of bounds, giving the ball back to Mississippi Delta. Ross will check into the game for Holmes. Rashad Young will handle the basketball now for Mississippi Delta. Trojans trailing by 15, that 3 ball. And Jones, nothing but the bottom of the net. Xavier Jones for 3. He now has 12 points. 63-51. Holmes lead. 3 ball for Williams. That one no good. Hughes is able to save it and pass it off to Young. Jones thought about the 3, but drives baseline instead. Goes up with the right hand off window. It's good. Xavier Jones with the basket. He's got 5 points now in the last 2 possessions. He's cut the lead down to 10. Under 10 minutes to play. Norman drives into the paint. Loses control of the ball, but it's picked up by Franklin. Franklin off the Wade. Shot clock under 10. Wade tries to drive in the lane. His fadeaway jumper is good. Cortez Wade with the basket. Holmes will call a timeout. It's 65-53. 9 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in the second half. We'll be back on the MDCC Sports Network. Back to the JT Hall Coliseum. 9 minutes, 12 seconds remaining in the ball game. Your Trojans trailing by 12 points here. As the Trojans are on offense right now. He's doing some passing around the perimeter. Hughes finds Flowers in the corner. That ball off the hands of Jones. However, it's grabbed by Franklin. Franklin with numbers. He spins in the lane past Young. Lays it up and in with the left hand. Nice move there by Javon Franklin. He now has 10 points. Holmes now back up by 14. That ties their largest lead of the evening. Young handles the basketball. Tries to find somewhere to go with it. Finds Hughes. Hughes dribbles to the far sideline back to Jones. Jones will dribble the ball to the near sideline. Gives off to Young and then gives off to Hughes, whose three ball is way short. Rebound to Holmes. Wade drives into the lane. Finds Ross. Ross with the slam. The two-hand dunk goes down. Holmes now up by 16 points with 8 minutes to go in the ball game. Hughes is going to get fouled by Cortez Wade. It's going to be his second personal foul. It's going to be the 9th team foul on Holmes. One more, and Mississippi Delta will shoot 2 free throws for the remainder of the ball game. Anthony Hughes is on the line shooting 2. Shooting 1 and 1 for the Trojans. Some precipitation on the floor. It's going to get wiped up by tonight's referee. It's causing a slight delay here in the remaining 8 minutes and 1 second. Hughes on the line shooting 2. First one is good. Anthony Hughes. He's got 11 points in the ball game. Seems to have figured out his foul shooting woes from the first half. Anthony Hughes to shoot his second. That one's good for Hughes. He now has 12 points in the ball game. 69-55. Holmes lead by 14. Under 8 minutes to play. Holmes hurries the ball up the floor. Offensive foul on Williams using the off arm. That'll be his 4th personal foul. That's the 10th team foul. Mississippi Delta now gets to shoot 2 free throws for the remainder of the basketball game. Young brings the ball up the floor for Mississippi Delta. Trojans will swing the ball around the perimeter a couple of times. Trying to bring the ball inside. They can't find anybody open. Good defense by Holmes. That 3 ball from Flowers, no good. Tipped by Jennings into the hands of Flowers. Flowers is able to somehow find Hughes. Hughes travels with the basketball before he can get that shot off. It'll be a turnover, giving the ball back to Holmes. Holmes to inbound in front of the Trojan bench. Spencer's checked back into the ball game for Holmes. He catches that pass. He'll fire a 3 and knock it down. Trevez Spencer. He now has 5 points. Holmes now leads by 17. That 3 ball from Jones, no good. 72-55. Flowers spins from the free throw line. Dishes it off to Jennings. Jennings goes up, surrounded by defenders. Ball saved by Spencer. Thrown alley-oop way too high. Somehow he's able to save it. It'll be Holmes basketball to give it off to Simpson, who will reset the offense for the Bulldogs. We're going to have a referee's timeout here for Xavier Jones. Seems to have got poked in the eye, or maybe gotten something in his eye. He'll come out of the ball game. A couple of subs will check it into the game. Play resumes here. It's Holmes basketball. Shot clock at 5. Simpson's shot no good. Khalil Strickland grabs the rebound. 3 ball from Quashad Young. That one no good. Rebound to Bo Jones. Bo Jones off window, no good. Tip in by Jamal Smith. Smith, who has 4 fouls, puts in his first basket of the ball game. Under 6 minutes to play. 72-57, a 15-point Holmes advantage here. Simpson with the basketball. It's guarded by Young. Passes off to Spencer. Spencer's three ball is good. Trevez Spencer for three. He now has 8 points. It's an 18-point advantage for Holmes. That three ball from Graham, no good. Smith is able to grab the offensive rebound and put it up and in. Smith with 4 quick points. Mississippi Delta trails now by 16. Approaching the 5-minute mark here in the second half. Holmes is going to go ahead and call a timeout at 5 minutes and 8 seconds, and we'll be back on the MDCC Sports Network. Holmes basketball around the 5-minute mark. Inbound alley-oop jam by Javon Franklin gives him 12 points. Holmes now back up by 18. Under 5 to play here in Moorhead. Holmes has really opened it up here offensively in the second half. Strickland tries to drive baseline. He draws a foul. And who will go to the line to shoot two? Foul's going to go on Wade, his third. Khalil Strickland, the 6-foot freshman guard from Mound Bayou. His first free throw attempt is good. He now has 3 points in the ball game. (77-64), minutes and 43 seconds remaining in the contest. As Strickland hits his second, he converts on them both. Mississippi Delta will go some light pressure. Simpson passes it off to Franklin. Franklin finds Spencer, back to Simpson. Trying to go down low and find Nicholson. Nicholson turns around. He was fouled on his shot attempt. It's going to be the 5th foul on Jamal Smith. He's fouled out of the ball game. Kasim Nicholson to the line to shoot two for Holmes. First free throw is good. Nicholson had a strong first half, has been absent here in the second half. He now has 10 points in the ball game. Second free throw attempt, no good. 78-61, 4.5 minutes remaining in the ball game. Holmes by 17. That three ball from Graham is going to be no good. Tipped up a couple times. Going to be saved by Holmes. Spencer will handle the basketball. He'll push it up the floor. He looks ahead. Back to Spencer. That three is good. Trevez Spencer with now 11 points puts the lead up to 20, 81-61 Holmes. Holmes just continuing to pull away here in the second half. A foul didn't go on Smith apparently. He stays in the basketball game with 4 fouls. Strickland tried to grab the loose ball. He steps on the out-of-bounds line. Turning the ball over, giving it back to Holmes. 3 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the ball game. Holmes with a 20-point advantage here in Moorhead. Simpson handles the basketball. They find Spencer in front of the Holmes bench. He knocks down another three. He's been very hot so far here in the second half. He now has 14 points, and Holmes is up by 23. Pass into the corner for Avion Graham. His three ball is good. Cuts the lead back to 20. Avion Graham for three. He's got 8 points. 84-64, under 3 minutes to play. Trojans need some serious defense here in the remaining 2.5 minutes to cut into this lead. Franklin travels with the basketball. Some subs will check into the game for Holmes. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the ball game. Your Trojans trailing by 20. We have a whistle on the floor. Holmes had 6 men on the floor. Over Mississippi Delta inbounded too quickly before they could get him off the floor. They'll redo the inbound. Strickland passes to Young. Young back to Strickland. Strickland into the corner to Graham. Graham dribbles out of it. Gives off to Young. Young to Bo Jones for 20. That one no good. Rebound to Stribling, who passes it off to Javion Jordan, who's checked into the ball game for Holmes. Nicholson has the basketball in front of his own bench on the near sideline. He tries to back down his defender. Passes it out to Jordan into the corner to Stribling. Back to Nicholson. Nicholson with the mismatch. His shot no good. Rebound to Carter. Carter's shot is no good. Young grabs the rebound. Under 2 minutes to play. Trojans trailing by 20. Strickland kicks it out to Graham. Graham's for three. No good. Rebound to Strickland. Strickland's turnaround jumper way off the mark. However, we have a foul on the floor. That foul's going to go on Markel Carter, his first. That'll send Jamal Smith to the line to shoot two. He's got 4 points on the evening. He also has 4 personal fouls. First free throw is good for Jamal Smith. 1 minute, 45 seconds remaining in the ball game. It's 84-65 in favor of Holmes. It was dominated the second half. The first half was very back and forth. Mississippi Delta led for the majority of it. Second free throw attempt is good. However, Holmes has pulled away here in the second half. The lead is now 18. Holmes basketball. Setting up a bit of a dribble drive offense. Taking some clock down. Shot clock at 5. Gonna be a turnover. Khalil Strickland picks the ball up. He'll try and take it all the way himself. He goes too strong off the window and he's fouled. Khalil Strickland will go to the line to shoot two, with the Trojans trailing by 18 points with 1 minute and 12 seconds to go in the ball game. Strickland converts on them both. He now has 6 points in the ball game. It's a 16-point advantage for Holmes. Approaching the 1 minute mark in this ball game. Bo Jones picks up his first personal foul. It's the 8th Trojan team foul. That'll send DeMichael Stribling to the line. Front end of the one-on-one is no good. Rebound Jamal Smith. Mississippi Delta basketball. Under 1 minute to play. Jones' shot from 18 is no good. He misses everything. Rebound to Holmes. Jordan with the basketball. He'll set up the offense. Jamal Rogers is checked into the game. That 3 ball no good. Rebound to Khalil Strickland in Mississippi Delta. He'll take it all the way himself. He's fouled on his drive attempt, with 35.2 seconds remaining in the ball game. Jordan picks up the foul, sending Strickland to the line.
Strickland to the line for 2.
First free throw attempt is no good for Khalil Strickland, the Delta native. The second one will drop for Khalil Strickland. He's got 7 points in the ball game. There's a 4-second difference between game and shot clock. Mississippi Delta trails by 15. Jordan splits a couple of defenders and drives it in with the right hand. Shot clock will now turn off. That's Jordan's first basket of the ball game. Strickland now drives. Passes out to Young. Young tries to go down low with his pass attempt. Finds Jamal Smith. Smith no good on a couple of opportunities now. Rebound to Holmes. And that'll do it for your ball game. Holmes will finish this one out an 86-69 winner here in Moorhead.